A lot of people like to join us when
I agree that. And there's nothing on TV tonight. Let's see.
Friday night date night. Come join me and Scott, me and Mike.
Basically, what I put on the thing, I was like, "It's cold outside. Come hang with us." And there's only 2 of us. We can use Instagram.
Oh yeah,
we get a lot of people watching on Instagram. I wish they'd fix that so we get 3 people on there. There's that. And where's the other one? I found a picture of us getting a pub sub.
Nice.
That'd be fun.
I've been finding some old. I almost sent you some old school photos of us, like some old school photos.
I love those
today because they just pop up for me.
I know. I love seeing those things.
Where the girls are all little.
Oh, it's cold. It's freezing down here. Man, the window. I should close it. Close it down. Hey, everybody. We are doing.
I had to do. I did the midnight check-in, for the cruise.
Yep.
And it was maidens.
Oh, dude, I was working last night. Was it last night?
Yes.
Yeah, because I was trying to work with people. It was on my side too, on the travel agent side, the fish.
Come on, this is so annoying.
Yeah,
it's not like I stayed up till midnight. I normally go to bed like 11:30, but it's like kind of frustrating, Yeah. And then it's like, well, how long do I ride this out? I gave up pretty quickly actually. And I was like, I'll just do it in the morning.
So what time did you get up early or what?
No, I woke up at my normal time, and it's kind of nice being platinum now because I think, plus this is like a cruise out of San Diego, on the Wonder. I don't know how many platinum cruisers are really on this one.
Summer, Bahamian, yeah.
So, and I think, and based on I joined the Facebook group because those are always kind of fun to join, see what people are saying, And I think the sailing before is coming from Canada. So I think it's getting the port later. So I got a 12 o'clock boarding group, but I think it's one of the first times actually is the port arrival time. Cause I think it's coming in late that day, which is actually okay with me. Cause I'm coming from Anaheim cause I'm going to be at Disneyland. So I'm actually it works for me. So.
And this
is funny. I got boarding group 5 or something for my port arrival. So
too.
Yeah.
So this is the Wonder, right? The Wonder.
Yeah, it's the Wonder. Right. Yeah.
Have you been on the Wonder?
I never have. That's why this is kind of part of the reason why we booked this. I still want to do an Alaskan on the Wonder. That was always my goal was my first Wonder to be Alaska, but I just we've been on this crazy Disney Cruise Line tear, so I'm just trying to do them all really quick.
You're knocking them out, dude. In the last year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah, we are because we're doing the Treasure this year too. So then it's all I gotta do is get on the Destiny now.
Oh, yeah, because you haven't seen the Haunted Mansion bar.
No, I haven't.
Oh, dude, you'll flip out at that thing.
And I'm excited, because I've only done one 7-nighter on the Disney Cruise Line. It was that Be Our Guest podcast when we done the fantasy. Yep. So I'm excited to do another 7-nighter this year.
Dude, those are the best.
I know.
Yeah.
And that itinerary has just 3 stops, which is kind of weird.
That itinerary, dude, is because you get those 2 sea days right off the bat, man. It is so good. Oh, I love the Eastern. Oh, and Tortola. Dude, I wish I could, but too much. I know. 20th anniversary too. It's Mallory's senior trip. It's our 20th anniversary.
Yeah, it's a lot. That's a lot going on.
Shout out to Bug24 Jeep. He says, "How about those?" Or he or she, "How about those Hoosiers?" I'm a full blood.
Yeah,
Hoosier. No kidding.
Friday night date night. Come on, join me and Mike.
That's right.
Let's get those listener questions.
My brother-in-law is also a full-blood Hoosier, and he is more than excited.
So pumped, so psyched.
Dude, Andy's beside himself. He was texting us this nonsense. I was I don't know what he's saying, but he's happy. It was awesome.
I wouldn't make sense either.
That's what I said. We kept looking for him.
I mean, Michigan State's won 4 football titles, but not in my lifetime. So it would feel it would be brand new, So
gives me hope as a Mizzou fan. There's hope. I mean, there's hope. Maybe someday I'd love to win, but who knows? All right. So we need listener questions because what we're doing is we're getting ahead for my trip to Disneyland next week.
But this is for next week's episode. So
Yeah, this is next week's shows. This is next Wednesday and next Friday is what we're doing right here. William did the wonder out of San Diego a few years ago. There you go.
I'm doing that too.
All right. So if you have a question, drop it in the comments. We can see you on Instagram. We can see you, Spectrum Magic Guy and Ben Lappin Travel and Stephanie and Sunny and Disney and Bug 24.
I don't.
AVJ.
I trust that you do, though.
Yeah. Cat Coppersmith. Jess Lipmans. Okay, here we go. So let's do this. 2837. I'm late getting ice cream. Pam will be mad. Friday night's our date night. We get.
Sorry.
I mean, no, she doesn't get. We don't get it.
I don't think either one of us really wanted to do it yesterday.
No, dude, I had the worst headache too. I was taking my medicine and everything. Oh, have you heard anything about a possible Disney park in Texas? It's not really my thing. I have heard about it, but not much. All right, here we go. That'd more be a Ricky question, but we can try. Welcome to episode 2837 of the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Rallman from BeOurGuestPodcast.com and one of the senior agents over at the Magic for Less Travel. Happy Wednesday to you. Hope you're getting ready for a great midweek as we are here to answer your listener questions. You got a little Mike and Scott show today, and we're going to come back again on Friday. So a little back-to-back. It's a twofer here to wrap up your week. We're having a good time. But of course, first, we got to tackle those listener questions. We love this. We can talk some cruise line. We can talk some Disneyland. We can talk some Walt Disney World. Speaking of Disneyland, that's where I'm headed today. So make sure you're following me on the socials, especially on Instagram at Be Our Guest Mike. I'm taking off this morning about 10:30 here from St. Louis, heading out west. Tell you what, I love posting pictures of our beautiful country from the sky, traveling west. There's nothing more beautiful than the Rocky Mountains from about 35,000 feet. Get out there. I'm staying again at the Hojo. So, and I'll be, just checking out the park today, just getting there in enough time that I can do the whole virtual check-in stuff for the expo. Yes, they have me. Run Disney's got me right where they want me. So I'll be having fun today. So make sure you follow me there. And of course, the place to follow anytime there's a Disney trip going on, which is always, is our Discord server. So come on over. It's free for everybody. beourguestpodcast.com/clubhouse. And, just check out that channel live from the Disney destinations. It's always awesome. If you're missing the Disney parks, that's where you need to be. But speaking of somebody else who's headed to Disneyland, sailing on the Disney Wonder very, very soon, and be following right behind me. Your friend of mine from Must See Adventures, Scotty G. Scott, happy Wednesday. What's up?
Happy Wednesday, Mike. Yeah, I was going to say, Disneyland, this is a big week for a lot of our Be Our Guest podcast listeners. Not as many go out west as, we just had the big marathon weekend, but I know there's a good group heading out west this week. So good luck to all of you. And then we got the expo coming up. That 5K is a lot of fun because I believe, if my memory serves me right, that one starts in Disneyland Park, which is pretty darn cool. But I know this is a listener question show, so I'm going to start off with the first question though, Mike. What are you looking forward to doing today at Disneyland Park? Give me an attraction that you really are looking forward to at Disneyland.
Oh my gosh. That's a great question, actually. There's something about arrival at Disneyland, right? There's just something about, I think it's and this is so cliche, but it's walking down Main Street of Disneyland. It's just being there. And I have a plan, and I've done this on purpose because we're recording this obviously a little bit ahead of time so we can get ahead for my trip so we don't miss any shows. That new Disneyland special that came out on Disney Plus?
Yeah.
I grabbed that. I did a little subscription. I downloaded it so that I'll have it for the plane ride. I am going to watch that on the plane ride to Disneyland because I do love the Disney history, because I think what that's going to do is because when you're solo, you have more time to reflect. You have more time to slow down and look for the details and things. And Disneyland is still kind of new to me, right? My first trip wasn't until 22. So I think I looked at it, I think it's only maybe 80 minutes long. It's like an hour and 20 minutes long or so. And the flight's 4 hours. So I'm going to take that, put it on my iPad, watch it on the flight out there, and then reflect. Like if I, if I take a spin on the Mark Twain, or if I'm riding in the canoe boats or what have you, is I'm walking around Disneyland, kind of think back on, wow, this was an orange grove, and it took a man and people that had to really think outside the box to bring this place to life 70 years ago. I think that's kind of my plan for this trip.
I'm loving that. Maybe do some window shopping, or window looking, exploring, looking at the names. But you know what you have to do, and I'm sad I won't be there to do our selfie that I love so much. I mean, I'll be doing it when I'm there, but it'll be sad that I do it with you. And that's the petrified tree. That is my favorite thing in all Disneyland Park.
Yeah, I love the petrified tree. You know that. I'll be there with the corn dog.
We've met some listeners of the podcast when you remember doing our photo with it at the last time you and I were there together. Just love that. But
100%. Now I have a question for you, because it is listener questions, and we're listeners of the show too, because we have to be. We're a captive audience here with our headphones on. You are going out to Disneyland here, beginning of right into February, beginning of March, because you're taking that cruise on the Wonder out of San Diego, going to tag on some time at Disneyland, and I'm your travel agent, so I kind of know your plans. So let me ask you this. You're staying Good Neighbor this time, and there's so many good choices when it comes to Good Neighbor hotels, right?
Yep.
You picked the Tropicana this time.
I did.
You do a lot of research. So I was going to ask you this earlier, but I thought, no, I'm waiting until the podcast because I want to have this on the air and talk about it. I'm always curious as to the why. What made you land on the Trop rather than, I know you've stayed at the Fairfield. I know that I stay at the Hojo a lot lately, but there's so many good hotels, there's Castle Inn and Suites, there's all kinds of places. Why the Tropicana? What made the needle land there for you?
That's a great question, Mike, because and I know like you and I both love staying on site too. Like Disneyland Hotel is fantastic. I like what they're doing with that new Pixar hotel, but the cost, can play a factor there too. And the time, like we're only doing like 2 days. So we're going to maximize our time in the parks. So when we have a trip like that, like I'm probably not going to want to spend that much money on a Disneyland hotel because we're going to be in the parks a lot. So yeah, so the Good Neighbor Hotel choice on the Tropicana. So great question. The Fairfield Inn is normally our go-to, and the last time we were there was pretty rough. I'm not gonna lie. Just didn't like the look and the feel that was going on. And I learned today actually that it's going through a refurbishment, which is much needed. So that's really great to know. But we landed on the Tropicana. So when you're walking down Harbor Boulevard, we've walked by it many times. I know you've walked by it too, and it's just something about it kind of like pops to you, right? Like it's kind of intriguing.
I told you, like this one has called to me, like because it's so close. I mean, it's right there as you go across. You have to walk. I walk past it every time going to the Hojo, and there's something about
the distance.
It looks cute. Like that one and the one that kind of looks like a castle. I can't remember which one that is. Like there's one kind of but there's a couple. Like once I pick something, I stick. I'm loyal, dude. I
know
like
you are loyal, and I've been loyal to the Fairfield as my Good Neighbor hotel. I actually looked at the Hojo at one point too, but the Tropicana is so darn close. I think it actually might be maybe like the second or third closest hotel. I mean, it's closer than any of the Disneyland hotels to the gates. And then that's gone through a refurbishment recently within the last couple of years. The price point is really good. It's got a nice view of fireworks from the resort area too. So our first night there, we're coming in kind of late, so we're not going to a park. So I feel like maybe we'll catch some fireworks from the hotel. So we just kind of took all these factors in from location, cost, savings of money, which would be cost, obviously. But yeah, and just the intrigue, because we've seen that hotel so many times walking on Harbor Boulevard. We kind of bundled that all together. And it's like, you know what? We're going with the Tropicana. I've heard some reviews on it. Tom Ricker, like I think you remember him, like a Disney blogger, like he rates that as his #1 Good Neighbor. So that kind of had me intrigued as well. And I've always kind of respected some of like what his opinions are. He's a Michigander too. I don't know if you knew that. So
I didn't know that.
So I'm just like bundling all this information together. I was like, Liz, I think this is the one. And she's like, and it was kind of funny. We were independently researching this on our own. And that's where she like was suggesting too. So it was just meant to be, Mike. So excited to stay there. And I know you've been intrigued by it. So I can't wait to share my notes with you. And maybe that's where we'll both be staying on our next Disneyland trip together, because you and I have to go out there together again.
100%. It's happening very, very soon. And I'm glad, because This whole thing, when I saw you were booking that, I'm like, dude, I'm so glad you are, because I want to hear your thoughts on this. I want to talk about it on the show, but I want to hear about that, because if I do go away from Hojo, that is the one. Because I was like, oh, I almost did it on this trip, but I had a really, the problem is I got like the best room last year. Now, will I get that same room this year? Probably not. And that'll probably sway me away from maybe the Hojo, but I had the perfect room last year. And I requested that same, place.
That same like area. Yeah. Perfect.
But yeah, so yeah, we'll see. But I'm excited for you. So let me ask you that one last question, and then we'll get on to the listener questions, as we're almost.
Hey, I'm a listener, so yeah.
I know you are from way back. So what do you look forward to? Because you guys have a 2-day ticket. So now, like I'm there for 5 days by myself, man. I got plenty of time to do everything and eat it all, and it's going to be wild. You got 2 days. So what's your plan of attack? You can still do Disneyland in 2 days. You could do it all in 2 days, but I mean, you're going to have to hustle. But I mean, what's your strategy for like 2 days rather than say when we were out there for like 4 or 5 days in 22? What do you think?
Yeah, you really have to kind of tackle it a little differently. It's going to be more like probably like staying in the park all day, which is not our style. But being at the Tropicana makes it a little easier for those midday breaks because we're a lot closer, part of the strategy of staying there. But a lot of it for us is going to be the 70th specific stuff, because we're there for the 60th, and this might be our only opportunity to see the 70th, because I believe that's ending in August, I want to say. And we have a big cruise this summer on the Treasure. And just the way the calendar is looking out, this might be like our only opportunity to go to Disneyland this year. So we really want to see like Paint the Night is going to be huge for us. Try to see some 70th specific like events and celebrations. I think there's some things like with your Magic Band, right? You can walk up to some things and do some things. I actually got to do a little bit more research before the trip to learn.
You need one of those like 7-foot keys. No, just kidding.
Yeah, yeah, right. Yeah, got to do that. Yeah, but and there's probably going to be some specialty food items that I'm not aware of. So I got to do a little additional research on what is specific to the 70th itself. But then obviously I want to do some of our classic favorites, right? Some of our favorite attractions that we love doing there. Radiator Springs, like that is one of our favorite lands. Hit up Fantasyland. I often say that Disneyland, Fantasyland is my all-time favorite land. There's just something about their first thing in the morning. You just feel like a little kid again, just running through attraction to attraction in there, just having the best time, wearing ourselves out before the cruise. Because we often say, like, if you're going to do like a cruise and a land trip, it's sometimes better to do the land part first, wear yourself out, and then relax on the cruise. So that's the strategy right there.
Sounds good. Yeah, we're gonna have a good time.
5 days. Are you doing a lightning lane by chance? Are you doing them all?
I got 5-day park hopper with lightning lane, dude. I'm doing it.
Yeah, you're gonna do everything like 16 times.
Yeah, dude, I'll be wore out. All right, real quick, shout out to listener Paul, who's tuned in right now from Liberty High School, where my Francis Hall Vikings basketball team is taking on the Liberty Eagles, and he says, "Wait, okay. Oh, he's a Vikings fan. I was gonna okay, where your Vikings are okay, good. He's on the good side. Okay, I read that wrong. That's right. HOWELL. I got the megaphone here. For the record, I sat behind the Liberty coach 2 nights ago as he scouted our team. I was watching him write everything down because I was up in the corner of the gym. He sat one row behind me and to the left. See, I catch everything. I was watching Liberty coach scout our Vikings. But let's get to the listener question. That's what.
Yeah, we took up a lot of time answering our Disneyland questions.
Okay, that's what we do. Hopefully, if you're going to Disneyland, you just got a lot of good stuff. Save the trop. We'll see. Okay, first question is from Elizabeth. She says, "Run Disney Princess Half Marathon spectator question. I've run the Princess Half Marathon a couple of times. Scotty G's run a bunch of times. Here we go. You wouldn't have thought that, but here we are. 2 dudes that we've run the Princess Half Marathon probably half dozen times. Hey, Mike, my sister and I are running the Princess Half Marathon for her 50th birthday, our first time, and we're so excited. Our mom will be joining the fun as a spectator, and we're staying at the Swan and the Dolphin. We're hoping for your advice on the best place for her to watch. Should she head to the Magic Kingdom, or is that difficult to access? Would it be easier to walk through the boardwalk, or should she just plan to cheer at the finish in Epcot? How realistic is it to bounce between viewing spots, especially for a mom in her 70s navigating solo? We love your thoughts. I've been listening to your show for years. Thanks for bringing a little Disney magic to my weeks. Thanks so much, Lizzie. Oh my gosh, we have a Lizzie, another Lizzie. You got to
love the name. I love the name.
I
would say Elizabeth. I would say I like the idea of cheering at the Magic Kingdom.
I like the idea of just doing boardwalk.
Well, I don't think the race goes to the boardwalk.
Does it have? Is she not
No,
doing it?
pretty sure the half marathon does not go to the boardwalk.
Oh, you're right. The 10. I'm thinking the 10K. What am I thinking?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you're
So
right. It's
the
not going.
boardwalk is out the window.
Yeah.
To me, it's either you're going to do, you could do the Magic Kingdom, you could do the Ticket and Transportation Center, or the finish line. Those
Because
are
he
my
just put
three
that out
options.
last week, the spectator viewing guide.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but man, she would have to be on the bus with you in the morning.
Yeah, she would. Either way, I think she's gonna have to wake up with you early in the morning.
Yeah,
But I think the Magic Kingdom would be so magical. I think it's like a cool place. It's like the
it is
atmosphere
cool.
is super cool. You're with a bunch of other spectators that are just having a great time cheering. You get to see all these people, like seeing other runners like reaction just coming up Main Street. I think it's just cool for a spectator to see. So that's the route I would go. But they would have to wake up really early with you to get to the runner, the holding family reunion area, and then they'd have to take a bus or actually they could take the monorail over to the
Yep.
Magic Kingdom from there to get in line for the Magic Kingdom.
Is it okay? Here's the other thing. I can't decide if it's more exciting as a runner to go through the TTC. I guess Main Street. Maybe it's because I've done so many for a first time runner. Obviously, running down Main Street's the highlight, right? It's undefeated. But I do love running through the TTC. Like the TTC, like everybody screaming and shouting and everything. That's because it's more.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
But it hasn't. It's not the same as it used to
be louder because they used to have like the Japanese drummers.
They used to have
craziness. Yeah, it was like a soccer game.
And not to get away from you kind of teased with me what Friday's episode is going to be, but like Running Disney has like gotten away with like letting spectators be out more on the course. And I feel like they've locked it down a little bit more at the TTC even, like, which is a bummer for everyone involved, I think. Like if you want to cheer your runner, like you have limited spaces that you can go to now. And as a runner, like I want to see my people, more often. And I feel like they've even done that at the TTC a little bit even. So I don't know. It's just not the same to me anymore.
No, I agree. Like back in the day, there was way more people because you could get all the way out into the parking lots. Like TTC started way
the second you got to the TTC, it was lines of people.
Yeah, it was like a vibe of that when I ran the Chicago Marathon, like that vibe. It was more like an organic kind of thing. Now it is real compact into the TTC itself.
Yeah,
but it was
exactly. You explained that really well. There.
Short. Yeah, it was very short.
But the Magic Kingdom, though, I think
the Magic Kingdom's the way to go. She's got to get up early, but trust me, she'll be worth it. And it's one morning. You know what I'm saying? Like she'll love seeing you run. That'd be cool.
But yeah, that would be my pick, Lizzie. Would be to go Magic Kingdom, and then they could still your mom could still come back to the finish line. After you clear out the Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
Take the monorail back to Epcot. See you at the finish line. See you twice.
All right. And Jennifer says the tunnel by Coke and Creations at Epcot this past marathon was second best to only Main Street for me. The park goers and spectators were awesome. So, that tunnel though, right? Yeah. And that's where I was standing when I called you right there, that elbow.
Oh yeah. That's right. The FaceTime
tunnel between Creations and Connections. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's a good spot. Okay, real quick. Julie, she says, "Hey, from Nashville, Tennessee, love you guys, and I love any listener who has the last name of Norfleet. My favorite tight end out of France. Again, this is the Francis Howell episode. Best tight end coming out of Francis Howell." She says, "Spent a week at the Rib and had the best time thanks to your suggestions and tips and tricks." How about that? We'd like to see that. And also, speaking of Francis Howell, Paul, who's watching our Vikings again over at Liberty High School, says, "Not a question, but a hot take, Scott. This is about Springtime Surprise, which you are headed to. The Springtime Surprise 10-mile route that goes through Hollywood Studios and more of Epcot is better than any half marathon route. Have you seen? I haven't seen it.
It's close because just think about it. Like, think about the full marathon, Mike. Like how much Hollywood Studios time do you get in that course?
You get zipped, dude. You get enough to they give you a piece of chocolate. I was running with a listener, dude, and he got by that because I didn't tell him I was too tired. He put the chocolate in his mouth. Boom, camera.
Oh yeah,
again,
that's right
dude,
there.
That's the rookie mistake. Like you're in there long enough to put chocolate in your mouth and get a bad picture. But yeah, that's it. This year at least it was a sandwich cookie. That was nice. Nice change.
Yeah, but Springtime Surprise, you actually get a good amount of Hollywood Studios time. I would argue the Wine and Dine half marathon though, like you get a pretty good amount of Epcot and Hollywood Studios time. The problem with that, it's so early in the race. I would love to have that more at the end. Like, and I understand why they do it because they
Clear the
want to clear the park for the day guests to come in. But dang, how cool would it be, Mike, to like run the open roads first and then end with like running through Galaxy's Edge with like, because we're talking about the TTC with like day guests, like who have a mix of like people that knew what was happening with people like in Star Wars outfits that have no idea there was a race going on, like that was because that was the best when you went through Hollywood Studios. You would see people like having no idea that there was a race going on, and then
I
like
love that. Like,
and then their kid next to him just kind of like casually clapping, like not knowing what was going on. That was the best.
And is again, speaking from a runner's point of view, which you and I always see the races from this perspective, that is like the coolest thing is when you're on the course, because you don't get this ever any time in life, is that when you're on the course and you see people that are just shocked to see, oh my gosh, there's a race going on right now in a theme park. And I'd say 75% of the people are excited for they don't sit there probably and watch very long, but for a brief minute, they get excited, they stop, they watch, they want to know what's going on. They'll just cheer for you as a random stranger. Then they go on to, breakfast or their lightning lane or whatever they have. But I think it's like that draws energy for the runners. And I think the guests even get a little bump. Now, of course, 25% are probably fired up because they got to go through all the herding to get from point A to point B. But
some logistical issues for them. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. I think, but again, we're looking at it from a runner's
point. But yeah, I think Paul's kind of onto something. I think the 10K course, I mean, not the 10K, the 10-mile course is pretty good when you think about percentages, right? The percentage of park time that you get for that race is pretty good for that course.
Yeah, I'm all for just different courses as much as possible, right? I think the biggest challenge for a lot of people is when you go from marathon weekend to Princess, is that you're running the same course exactly for the half and the half.
It's kind of been my problem with that.
Which like next year, my plan is to do probably, I mean, who knows, but my plan maybe is to do again marathon weekend, and since there's not going to be a Disneyland, do Princess again because it's kind of in that slot. But again, and Princess is a great weekend to go down because again, like you've said a million times, the weather, you want to get out of the Midwest at that time of the year. The weather's typically good in Florida. Then you're trained up for marathons, so it's a good continuation, but you're running the same courses, that you've just ran.
It's kind of what we just kind of talked about with, I wish the parks were later in the course. I wish with Princess, just to switch it up, they did the reverse of the course.
Yeah.
It was the same course, but backwards, just to make it different, because there are so many repeat runners with Run Disney that there's so many that just did the half marathon weekend, like, and then 6-7 weeks later, they're doing the same course. It's kind of unusual, but.
All right, let's get to another question from Natalie. Hello, everyone. I'm headed down to the world the first week of February. We're staying at French Quarter and have a 3-day park hopper pass. My niece is obsessed with the Princess and the Frog, but is only 2 years old and not tall enough to ride Tiana's yet. I was wondering where else in the parks and or resorts we could get a taste of Princess and the Frog. She also loves 101 Dalmatians, and other than All-Star Movies, is there anywhere else it is represented? Thanks so much, and go Hoosiers. You got your wish there, Natalie. Good stuff. So good. Okay, so what? You're a big fan, Tiana. So I'm trying to think, man. So
Tiana, and 101 Dalmatians. That's my favorite movie, like, of all time.
I know you love that stuff. So you're more of a movies guy than I am. I'm trying to think, because she nailed it though. Like the All-Star Movies has the 101 Dalmatians.
So another place for 101 Dalmatians that I recently discovered. It's on a Must See Adventure episode, actually, and this would actually surprise you a little bit. The Firehouse in Magic Kingdom. You can get a little taste of 100 Dalmatians because they have all the patches, and Patch, the dog from 100 Dalmatians, is in there. And so is Rolly from 100 Dalmatians, is like watching TV in there. Or it might be Lucky. It's Lucky is watching TV in there. So if you go to the back of the Firehouse, they have a couple of 100 Dalmatians in there, which is kind of random. And another place for 101 Dalmatians is the Villain Show at Hollywood Studios. Cruella de Vil is often featured in
That's a good
the
idea.
villain show. So
That's a really good idea. See, I didn't think about that. That's a great spot because you're gonna see a lot there. Trying to think Tiana's. I mean, obviously get a ben. I mean, you get a beignet, but you can get a beignet at French Quarter.
yeah,
That's
does she still meet at Princess Fairy Tale Hall? I'm trying to remember, like for a meet and greet. Um,
I would
it's
check.
been so long. It's been so long since I've done that meet and greet.
And
I did it.
is she in a Festival of Fantasy Parade?
She is in the festival. I think her and Naveen are in the Festival of Fantasy Parade. Maybe one of our listeners in the live chat can help us. But I want to say she is at Princess Fairy Tale Hall. I know she was during the pandemic because I remember when you had to like do like the social distancing. I remember doing like a selfie with her, like 10 feet behind me, you know.
Exactly. That's
So
hilarious.
I know I have that photo. But another beautiful thing about that though is the My Disney Experience app. Like you can search a character, and they will tell you like if they're available to like meet and greet. Oh, actually, that's another place she sometimes meet is in the gazebo. I just thought about that. The
Yeah,
gazebo.
I call it the old smoking area, but is that still a thing? I mean, she used to
Yeah,
always be back there.
yeah. Like I think she. I mean, I don't. That's the thing. I think the schedule is kind of inconsistent sometimes, but I would say some just search like the guide like on the My Disney Experience, or I think they still make the paper ones, right? I haven't grabbed one of those in a while, but they have like the times guide when you walk into the park and just see like if Princess Tiana is meeting, but sometimes she will be at the gazebo back there, kind of like in Liberty Square area. So there are a couple opportunities to see her at Magic Kingdom.
Oh, Lauren says yes, she is there. Boom.
Perfect.
Thank you, Lauren.
Perfect.
And by the way, Jennifer's in the know here from out in the Westplex here in St. Charles County. She says a Run Disney race influencer, we don't know who, predicting springtime surprise in 2027 is going to go back to being Star Wars themed for the 50th anniversary of the movie. Now that would be good because I remember running it back in the day when it was always Star Wars. I have all the great shirts. Oh my gosh. And she says, and this is true because I was just at French Quarter, dude, there's so much Tiana stuff in the Jackson Square store. It's all Princess and the Frog stuff. So
yeah. So there's a great opportunities to get your 101 Dalmatians and Princess and the Frog, even at 2 years old.
Veronica says yes, you can still meet her, and there's a 25-minute wait at the moment, but this is going to be a long time from now, so the wait might not be 25 minutes when you're listening.
It might be 15.
It could be less, but it could be more. We don't know, but it is right now.
The beauty of a podcast, like it could be 9 a.m. the park just opening. Depends on when you listen.
Exactly. That's good news. You could be listening 17 years from now. Who knows?
But she might not be there then. I'm like, who knows?
Exactly. That's a funny thing, man.
Will the gazebo still be there?
Dude, we started this podcast before. I don't even know if Princess and the Frog was a movie. It wasn't. It was not a movie. Because was it a movie in 2008? It was.
No, I think 2000. It was Emily's like first movie. I think it was either 2008 or 2009. I'm trying. Did Tangled come out first? No, Princess and the Frog was first. I think it was 2008 or 9.
Okay, so right about the same time. I'm just
saying.
What?
There's this little thing called the internet that might be able to tell you.
Yeah, be like, but do it like Pam or Ricky, so we have like some
the loud 2009.
Yeah, see, so there was when we started the show, it wasn't even a Princess and the Frog movie. There you
go.
All right, another question. It says slightly urgent. So you're on the show. I'm headed to Disney World in mid-March with my husband, my parents, my sister, my brother-in-law, and my 2-year-old nephew. All right. Hope you have a big car. It'll be the first trip for all of us as a family, and I'm so excited. My husband and I have been going together since 2015 and have been annual pass holders for a few years and go multiple times per year. My parents have not been since 2004. My sister and brother-in-law have not been in about 10 years, and this will be my nephew's first trip ever. I want to make the most of our time there, but it's going to be a short trip. We're planning one day in the Magic Kingdom and one day at Epcot. This will be Friday, March 19th and Saturday, March 20th. I'm having trouble deciding which park to do which day. It'll be the beginning of Flower and Garden, and I know Epcot can get busy on Saturdays during festivals, but I'm not sure if Magic Kingdom will be busier on a Friday or Saturday. I'm thinking we'll probably get lightning lanes for our Magic Kingdom day, but I don't think we'll need them for the Epcot day. My husband and I go all the time, so our visits are always more leisurely and casual. So I haven't done full packed park days in a while, and I just want everyone to have a great time. What would you do? Thanks so much for the podcast, Kelly from Centerport, New York. Great question. I love the way she's concerned about everybody else, because I think we're all there. Like, we listen to the shows a lot and we get to go, more than the rest of our loved ones. And so she wants them to have a great time. I would not go to Epcot on a Saturday. That's just me.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Like I will say there's a bigger difference between Epcot on a Friday and a Saturday than there is Magic Kingdom on a Friday.
100%, I'm right with you. Yes.
Like even, yeah, I mean, you might not be doing 100% like flower and garden in quote stuff or like World Showcase stuff, but there's just something about, even if the festival wasn't even happening, there's just something about Epcot on a Saturday. We've had Jason on and other locals, and that's just kind of where they draw to on a Saturday. That's just where the locals go, especially in March. Nice weather. So yeah, I would just make March 19th your Epcot day that Friday.
Yeah, I just feel like Magic Kingdom tends to be more steady 7 days a week. I don't think it fluctuates as much, but Epcot tends to be the place where locals go, and locals go more on Fridays, Saturdays. Maybe not as much on. That's my perspective. I'm not a local, but I mean, that's exactly what you're saying. I think it is true, because I think locals see it as kind of like not a food court, but like a place to go for like dates and, entertainment. I think it's
like
just
Friday night, like Friday afternoon, and you might start to see Epcot get a little bit busier, but if your plan is to get there earlier in the day, which I'm guessing you would be, I think, yeah, you're 100% better to go to Epcot, I would say, on Friday.
What do you think about, because they're annual pass holders, so usually go on a leisurely pace, getting Magic Kingdom Lightning Lanes? I think that's a good use, because that way you have all the ultimate flexibility. Should they splurge for the Epcot Lightning Lane? Would you do that for everybody else, especially considering they only have 2 days?
It's tough because there's not much to do. I mean, I don't know, because like you're using it on like Journey into Imagination and Spaceship Earth, things like that, like which normally don't have like ridiculously long lines. So you might be better off saving that money and putting it towards a nice meal, would kind of be what I would rather do. I've done it. I mean, I've done it. I've done a lightning lane at Epcot, but I feel like you can find better use of it. But I will say though, it is spring break time around then, so it could be a little bit busier. So you might find some value, especially if it's your nephew's first time going. Everyone else hasn't been since like 2004, 10 years, things like that. So maybe there's some good use there. So it's a tough situation. I don't know.
Yeah. You're right. I mean, obviously, Magic Kingdom, you get more bang for your buck with a bigger group. So Epcot, you're probably, because there's a lot of stuff you could do, without it, especially other than.
But you can get like, but it's nice though. You can get like Remy, like Ratatouille is part of that, which is kind of nice. But since they've gone to a single rider, I feel like the wait time has gone down a little bit on that. Frozen Ever After, it could be a good use there too. So it depends. You might find some good use with the lightning lane, but it's just you got to figure out the cost. Like, would you rather use that to save maybe a couple of hours here and there, or put it towards like a nicer meal somewhere in World Showcase?
True. And Vern and Jason, who again live in Celebration, go all the time. They say they both agree. Epcot Friday, Magic Kingdom Saturday with Lightning Lane, you're set. And they go all the time, so that's good advice. You'll appreciate this. This isn't a question, but it was feedback, and it's from listener Kevin. He said, I got this a couple days ago, about that show that we did, the 2-minute Imagineering with Billy Bean, Billy Bean show. He said, "You had me messed up. I looked at my podcast queue and saw Billy Bean. Having been a longtime listener and baseball enthusiast, I quickly thought that the premises of the episode, thought I had the premises of the episode, and boy, was I wrong. I thought it was going to be finding the value and entertainment of overlooked or lowly rated things at Walt Disney World. A twist on the standard topics, undervalued restaurants, rides, offerings. I was even thinking of things in the spirit of the OG Billy Bean. Thanks, Kay."
I love that. That's
our
funny.
Billy Bean. This is our Billy Bean.
There's some analytics, Walt Disney World analytics.
And you know what? When I put that out there, I knew somebody was gonna jump to that conclusion. I did that on purpose. But we love and I'll tell you what, we got such great feedback from Billy's show. We love Billy. Billy's what, if you could you're never, I'm just telling you, because we've got to meet Billy, and you're never going to meet a nicer guy from up in Northern Illinois. He'd do anything for anybody. If you're ever in the clubhouse, you know this, you see this all the time. And that show was just a hoot and a half. And I mean, we've had so much fun with it since.
You, me, and Pam were like, we just felt the pressure, man. Like because those were really like thought out questions, and we had to come up with those on the spot.
And his answers just destroyed ours. Oh my gosh. Okay, Amy's got a question over here on Facebook. What are your opinions on Yachtsman Steakhouse? We're AP holders from Maryland. We're trying different dining options. Thank you. Listen to you guys all week. Thanks, Amy. Appreciate you. You know what? I've never eaten at Yachtsman. I was supposed to go one time on Pam's bill, and I didn't feel well that night and had to skip out. Dang. You been?
It is absolutely wonderful. I love Yachtsman Steakhouse. It's awesome. I was there last it was on Thanksgiving Day actually, and my wife got turkey. She did the turkey, and it was the best Thanksgiving turkey I think I've seen. We've been to Walt Disney World a lot on Thanksgiving. It was the best Thanksgiving restaurant turkey I've seen at Walt Disney World. So that tells you something there too. But their steaks are unbelievable. One thing about there too is that their service is like top notch, and we've been going there since 2011. Our first trip, we went to Yachtsman, and that trip, that last time we went there in 2024, 2025, wherever it was, we were seeing the same servers that were there. Like they are dedicated, and our server was had been there like, I don't know, like 37 years, I think she said. And she's like fifth or sixth in seniority. Like those people, like once you get the Yachtsman, like you don't leave Yachtsman. So they know the menu. They are top service, and the menu is outstanding. It's just an incredible place that I highly recommend. I think there is going to be a refurbishment coming soon. I think I read somewhere too. So obviously, if you're going for a reservation, it wouldn't be available. So if you see availability, take it. But I do know there is going to be a refurb coming there soon.
And Jennifer says she's been there multiple times for work, and she loves it. The service is excellent. And I'll say with my guests, because I always ask my guests when they come back, highlights of the trip, so forth. And Yachtsman, I mean, just always is up there. I mean, I just don't hear anything bad about it. Like you say, it's just the serving teams, just there's no turnover there, and it's consistently high. The service is what I always hear in the steaks, where it's like, and I hear the bread is really good. People always talk about
it's those pull apart rolls.
Yeah, people always talk. Yeah. I mean, it's like like I'm drawn to Texas Roadhouse for the rolls, right? That's what I always hear about. I'm sure it's not the same thing, but I hear like the bread is really good there.
And I just have a funny Yachtsman story, if you don't mind if I quick share.
No.
But
go.
So the first time we went there, Emily was 3 years old, and the kids meal came with this like Mickey puzzle. So it was like this little like white chocolate puzzle, and it came with this like edible paint. And it came with like Mickey colors. So like Emily painted it or whatever, and it looked sloppy and gross because she was like 3 years old or whatever. And it was kind of cute. And the last time we went, so that she would have been 3, so she would have been like 17 years old. So like 14 years later or whatever. And we were in the same room, like the same table from that first time we went. And I was like talking to the server, telling her the story about, I showed her the photo actually. I was like, oh my God, this is kind of funny. Like she had this Mickey puzzle. Do you guys still do that puzzle? She's like, that's a Yachtsman staple. I can't imagine that we would ever get rid of that Mickey puzzle. And then sure enough, as she gave us the bill or whatever, she brought out a Mickey puzzle for Emily to do, which I thought was like really cute. So we got to do like a little side-by-side photo with the Mickey puzzle or whatever. So that's what I mean. Like their service is just awesome at Yachtsman. And obviously the steaks are really good too. So you put those two together, you got an awesome restaurant.
And Amy says, thank you. Oh, bread. Let's go. There you go. Yes, I am. Oh, bread. All right. Last question of the day is from Karen. She says, upcoming trip. Hey, Mike and BOGP crew. We're headed down to Disney World in early February while the Olympics are happening. Does Disney do anything special to celebrate the Olympics? Also, while we're in Disney, NASA will be launching Artemis 2. Can you see NASA rocket launches from Disney World? If so, any tips for viewing? Thanks, Karen from Cincinnati. Hang in there. Oh, you guys already had your snowstorm, so sorry about that. So let's talk about Olympics. So I'm trying to think. I don't think I've been there during the Olympics, but I've been there during a couple of World Cups. And they do, I mean, at Epcot, they've had like World Cup viewing parties in the Odyssey restaurant. So that was one thing they did. That was awesome. Don't know if they're going to do that, but they may do something like that. It's kind of a little temporary like viewing location, and they sell beverages inside the Odyssey building. It's like a pop-up thing. I don't know if they're going to do anything, but they could. You
Yeah.
think they will?
What's weird about that is like I feel like we would have heard about it by now.
But even with the World Cup, it was kind of a last minute thing. But back then we had ESPN. Like we did. Remember, were you there when we rented the table? Like you had to rent a table. Like
I remember about it. Yeah, I wasn't there.
Phil like paid so much for like the table. Then you had like a minimum spend you had to do for like 3 hours or something. But we did that, and it was fun. Like I mean, the place was packed, and we don't.
But it just makes sense. It goes back to what the Odyssey should be. Is like
Epcot. I mean, it's totally Epcot.
And the Odyssey should be like a sports bar that shows sports around the world thing, which should really happen. But it's World Showcase. Yeah, it's Epcot. They should be celebrating sports. They shouldn't be celebrating sports, but they should be celebrating the world, right? And if it's the Olympics at that time, they should be showcasing it somewhere. It's the World Showcase. But I doubt if they're going to be doing something though. But you can catch the Olympics, I'm sure, like in Disney Springs, like some of the bigger bars, like Splitsville and City Works, things like that.
Good call. And over at Universal, because it is an NBC property.
That's true. It is an NBC property. That's a good point. It is an NBC property. So
it's true. Yeah, that might be why it's not featured at ABC.
It's the competitor.
That's probably your answer right there. Now that I think about it. And the question about watching rocket launches from Walt Disney World property, absolutely, you can see them. Back in the day when shuttle launches used to be a thing, I posted up a few times from the Polynesian beach and watched the shuttles go up. And all you got, like, so say you're at the Polynesian, you look over like towards the Contemporaries where you would see them if you're trying to orient yourself. If you're in the Magic Kingdom, I would actually stand kind of by. Well, now they just changed it. Now it's like a Coke stand or something. They just rebuilt that thing. And I'd look right over, because I want to get this picture. I'd look right over the top of Space Mountain. That's where that's looking towards Canaveral. And you'd see the rocket go up from there, the space shuttle.
Over Space Mountain. It was kind of cool.
Picture over Space Mountain.
I want to be like on the top of Astro Orbiter. Like I go up the elevator. I don't want to ride. Can I just hang out here,
Yes. So you can see them. Obviously, you just have to look east. But just look to the east and you'll be able to see them. But yeah, you can totally see.
I've only seen one once, and it was when I was driving to the airport. It's like I was like following it like in the car.
It's the coolest thing ever. They're so cool. I mean, I've seen them from over, on the Space Coast too, but I mean, it catches your eye because now they happen a lot more often nowadays. So you get more chance. All right. So that is it for listener questions. We need more, though. We need lots more. So send them into Mike at beourguestpodcast.com. Become internet famous for at least 5.2 seconds. And we'd really appreciate you. So don't forget, today's podcast always brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. We'd love to help you plan your next Disney adventure for no additional cost to you. Check out all the details today over at themagicforless.com. Please also use our Amazon affiliate link. It's beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. Click through there. Takes you right back to the site and supports our show with every purchase. Thanks so much for that. And finally, thanks to everybody who supports our show on Patreon. It really does help us out. It keeps us on the air. It's just $5 a month. And when you do that, you get a bonus show called Mike in the Midwest. If you haven't, come on over this week. We'd sure love to have you. Patreon.com/BeOurGuestPodcast. Again, follow me this week. I'm out at Disneyland on Instagram at BeOurGuestMike. I'll also be updating to X.com. Be Our Guest Mike there as well, and on Threads. And also I'm going to be posting to our Facebook page. So if you don't follow us on Facebook, please do that. Just go to Be Our Guest Podcast and just follow along there. We'll be having updates there as well. And just like I said, join us in the Discord server. That's where the conversation happens all the time. That is at beourguestpodcast.com/clubhouse. So that's where you follow us there. No live show this Sunday night because I'll be still having a good time Sunday night, probably eating an ice cream from Gibson Girl. That's the plan about the time.
Or those cookies.
Oh, or the cookies. Both.
Or both.
Doing it all. Hopefully watching fireworks. Who knows? But Scotty G, I know where he'll be. He'll be either editing or publishing a new episode of Must See Adventures, because I'm telling you what, you come over to the clubhouse, there's a Must See Adventures channel, and the audience demands it. There's sick kids that are growing up. Like my generation grew up with Bob Barker when they were ill. The next generation is growing up with Scott Gardner and Emily. And Emily's like an internet sensation when kids are ill. It's amazing. Scott, what's happening on the channel?
That cracked me up. Like, you and I grew up sick days watching Bob Barker, and now there's a sweet girl, I think in New Jersey, watching me and Emily and Liz. That is so sweet. But yeah, it's our summer trip because it's cold, Mike. And
Yeah.
what do I do when it's cold? I dream of 4th of July vacations, right? Yeah, so it's our next series is last summer. We're hanging out at the boardwalk. Just shared an episode of July 3rd. No, 4th of July fireworks on July 3rd, right? Because that makes sense, you know. So it's a fun day at Hollywood Studios where we end at Narcoossee's at the Grand Floridian, catching those 4th of July fireworks. It's a fun episode. And then we're gonna soon have our 4th of July episode, you know. That's always fun. I don't remember last year at a Le Cellier reservation. Did we end up at Le Cellier? Watch the episode, find out, and like and subscribe.
See it fired up, Scotty G. No, I wasn't fired up. It's just
I try not to get too upset. I mean, that's the beauty of our channel. Like we are as real as possible. You guys know me. Like I'm on the podcast. Like I'm just a goofball, and I try to keep it as real as possible. But will I get mad on the channel? We will find out soon.
That's your thumbnail.
Oh yeah, an angry thumbnail. That would actually draw attention.
It would totally. That's what they say. I don't know. I'm not a YouTuber.
I don't want to do that though. I don't want to make a crazy like AI angry Scott thumbnail, you know?
Exactly. I can't sell out like that. That's why we we have a YouTube channel. I mean, we got youtube.com/BeOurGuest podcast. There's like 7 views for our videos because we're audio.
You are a very successful audio podcast.
I mean, Run Mike D watch. He's always ahead because he watches the videos. He's commenting on stuff that
he's on the Discord already talking about the future episodes.
What are you talking about? That show's not even out yet. What are you doing? He's gonna be way ahead now. Anyway, all right. So we'll be back again on Friday. We got a new concept that I took again from the
Discord. You didn't talk about the Discord though.
I did.
Go check out the Discord. Did you? Oh.
Check it out a third time. BeOurGuestPodcast.com/clubhouse or BeOurGuestPodcast.com/Discord. It's fun. You need to be there. All right. So for Scott, I'm Mike. We'll see you on Friday. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you real soon. Hang on.
Everyone probably turns it off at that point anyway.
Yeah, I know. Probably. Hang on. We lost Facebook.
I know. What was up with that?
Well, we only lost my Facebook, so we didn't lose the podcast Facebook. Hang on. I'm just going to put it back on. Hang on. Remove.
All right. So I got to come up with some topics here.
We'll just take them from the Discord.
Yeah, I was going to.
That way you don't have to think too hard.
That's true. It's Friday night. I don't want to think.
It's back, I think. I should have saved that first. Yeah, it's back. Okay, file. Save as. That was a good one. Now I'm out of questions, though, for Monday. I didn't really need questions. I was burned through them all.
Shoot.
We'll find something to talk about. That's funny. Paul was at the Howl game. That's where Mallory is too, I think.
That's funny.
She's not cheering though. I wonder why they're not cheering now that I think about it. Ooh, I even got sound. I put sound effects in today.
Oh, nice. Oh, shoot.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's kind of loud.
Is it too loud? I got my headphones all messed up. I couldn't. It seems super quiet that last show, but
okay.
Headphones turned down probably. Okay, close. All right, let's do this. Here we go. 2839. Happy Friday, everybody. Thank you so much for downloading or streaming the Be Our Guest podcast. My name is Mike Rallman, host of the Be Our Guest. Dude, I screwed that up so bad. What am I doing?
I was like, that seemed off somehow.
Oh, dude, I was watching TV. Hang on. I was looking up. I was trying to see. There's like 3 basketball games, and I was trying to see who's playing up there. It's Michigan and Ohio State. Hang on. See, I thought I can't think. I don't even know what I was doing.
Dude, they
I
came
hear you,
up,
Jennifer.
they came up with some good ones in the Discord.
There are some good ones. I agree. Welcome to episode 2839 of the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Rallman from BeOurGuestPodcast.com and one of the senior agents over at the Magic for Less Travel. Happy Friday to you. Hope you're getting ready for an awesome weekend and hope it's a better one than last weekend for most of us here in the States, as it was a little slick and cold and a little wild last weekend. Hopefully it's more chill this weekend, and we're gonna have a good time here. Kicking it off a little bit early, Scott and Mike together. We were here on Wednesday. We had a little fun off the top of the show talking Disneyland. I'm still there, by the way. Today is what? The 5K day. Today is the day the hot dog comes out. And like Scott said, the 5K at Disneyland, whew, so good. You get to run. It starts on Main Street. I didn't believe that. It starts on Main Street, USA, mostly in the park. Then you just, you're done pretty early. You have a whole park day. It's so good. And then we got the 10K on Saturday, the half marathon on Sunday. So much good park time. You're in Cali. It's going to be fun. So follow me on Instagram at BeOurGuestMike and in the clubhouse, beourguestpodcast.com/clubhouse. But we're here. We're going to have a fun show for a day. New topic, new way to kind of talk about current Disney's news topics. So joining me today, because I'm not great at talking, Scotty G, Must See Adventures, owner, proprietor, and creator extraordinaire. Happy Friday, Scott. What's up?
Happy Friday, Mike. Still jealous that you're out there in Disneyland, Southern California. I love that.
But I know you have a trip. You got a big cruise. You got a lot going on. But
there's so many things. There's so many places I want to go. Right, like that's what's the beauty of the Be Our Guest podcast community. Like, I want to go to St. Louis and see you. I want to go out to California and see you. I want to go to Atlanta and see Corey's new wine shop. I want to see our friends in Florida, Midwest, Northeast. We got friends everywhere that I want to see. Like, it's just it's a bummer that I can't be everywhere at the same time. But at least we had the clubhouse. We can still chat online at least. But yeah, I wish I could be out there celebrating you. But yeah, it's tough to get out of town this time of year. But yeah, congratulations to all the runners this weekend. You are all going to crush it. Stay hydrated, stay cool. I mean, it's Southern California. You're all going to do awesome. Enjoy the weather and just have a great time out of Disneyland.
Yeah, the good news is if you survive marathon weekends weather, we're looking pretty good for Cali. Like,
it's looking maybe a little warmer than it has in years past, but that's okay though. I think
it's doable. I'm liking it. I mean, considering what the temperature is as we're recording right now, it's like pretty dang good.
It's really awesome.
I'll take it. I'll say. Okay. I want to ask you one thing. So we kind of talked about your Disneyland. You look forward to that here at the end of February, beginning of March, but you're sailing the Wonder out of San Diego, this Baja cruise. It's kind of a different itinerary. It's out there a lot, but we don't talk about it often. What has you excited about? I know you and Ron Burgundy are big fans of San Diego. But what has you excited about? You got your hoodie on. What has you excited about the Wonder? I mean, because I know you, like, I'm sure you've been looking at videos and reading blogs. That's just who you are. What has you excited about this ship itself? Because you haven't been on the Wonder yet. What are you curious about?
Honestly, what has me excited about the Wonder is our Be Our Guest podcast cruise we did last year. Like, the classic ship. I loved sailing the Magic with you and our friends. I just like that size. I mean, the Dream class is still my favorite. I love the Dream and Fantasy, but there was something just unique and special about the smaller ship. And I'm just excited to see the Tiana's restaurant. I liked the Rapunzel restaurant on the Magic, but we were just talking about Princess and the Frog on Wednesday's show. And I love Princess and the Frog. That was Emily's first movie. As a little Emily, and now she's like 18 years old. Oh man, don't get me started. I know you're going through it right now. You got the senior with Mallory. Oh man, I know. But so really excited to see that. Just see the restaurants and go back to their Palo. I think their Palo is a little different than the Magic, but I mean, come on, it's Palo. Come on, yeah, it's gonna be awesome. But this is what's interesting. It's a guaranteed room, and I don't have my room assignment yet, but I know So it's a guaranteed veranda room, but I know on those classic ships they have those interesting navigator. Is that what they're called?
Yeah, navigators, verandas. And let me just say, hot take. We're kind of getting into it, but this isn't what we're doing today. We're not doing hot takes, but those navigator verandas on the Wonder and the Magic, they've done those things right, dude. They look like, I mean, if you don't bring like a periscope, like, because you got your captain's hat already.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You need like a big thick beard. Like you need to look.
That's what I'm working on right now. Yeah.
I mean, they have because they have like compasses and stuff in them. And I mean, they look really navigational out there. They're
yeah. So I'm curious. I'm guessing that's probably where the guaranteed rooms go. I'm guessing for the verandas on those, but I don't know. So I'm very curious what our room assignment is going to be, because I mean, those seem kind of interesting. So if we get a navigator one, like I'm gonna be excited about that too. So very intrigued about what room we get, because if it is the navigator veranda, I'm excited about that too. And for those that don't know, yeah, it's kind of like an somewhat obstructed veranda, but it has like these weird seats like on the side. Like, have you ever had one of those rooms?
I have. I've sailed in one, and I've sailed in one on the Magic, and yeah. So what basically what it is, it's like having a ocean view stateroom with a porthole that doesn't have glass. It's like going out there, but a porthole with no glass in it, because it's all closed in, except for the hole doesn't have glass in it. It's bizarre, but because you have to stand up and peek your head out if you want to look. Yeah. But the bench, it's got bench seating, almost like it's like a penalty box at sea, basically.
It sounds unique, and that's only on the classic ships. Like, they don't have that on the Dream and Fantasy.
No, they have navigators verandas on the other ships.
Oh, do they? Oh.
Yeah, but the touches are a little bit nice. I don't know why, but I just think that they're more cozy, and the touches are a little bit nicer on the Magic.
Okay, interesting. I did not. Oh, I'm learning something here. Thank you.
They have on the other ships too.
Okay, cool.
They're always in the corners, in the front and the back.
Yeah, but then before we go to the top, like just seeing that layout, I love the adults pool on the Magic so much. And I mean, I haven't like researched the Wonder too much, but I feel like it's going to be a similar vibe, right, on the Wonder, like, because that doll section I thought was really good. See, like the Cadillac Lounge, which was keys on the Magic. Like, I'm really excited to see that adult area. But for excursion, for like ports, that Catalina Island looks so cool to me. So that's like the first stop there in California. You have to tender. It's going to be weird tendering on which we have done in Disney Cruise Line. We were on the Fantasy. I think we tendered at a couple ports.
Yeah, Grand Cayman, I think we tendered. Yeah.
Yep. But so we're gonna have to tender, but it's gonna be interesting. Like, we're doing an excursion there. It's like this cool island. It's not gonna be quite like Mackinac Island, but it's gonna be kind of a similar vibe. I think there are cars on there, but we are renting a golf cart as like our own excursion too. So we're gonna rent a golf cart. We have a little map that we're gonna do this little route where we're going to go to like some of these local spots, get an ice cream. I know how much you love the ice cream. So we kind of have this little like plan that we're going to do, maybe play some mini golf. You know how much we love mini golf there. Yeah. So it's going to be a fun day.
That's like taking you home. That's taking
exactly.
You Michigan.
Yeah. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Can't wait to sail the Wonder. And I can't wait to talk about it with you. And maybe that could be a unique cruise for you to try. Maybe you, because I know how much you love Disneyland and like Disney Cruise Line. Maybe this could be something you could try sometime too.
I'm totally gonna have to rip off your trip here and do a little trop / Disney Wonder Baja cruise. Because I got I'm gonna have a passport in my hand here shortly. I'm gonna have to use that sucker.
Yeah, because we're going to Escanada too, so we're gonna have a stop in Mexico on this cruise too.
I didn't pay extra for all the extra pages. I'm not that crazy, but by the way, Jennifer, who's our third host this week, apparently out here in the Westplex, she says, Wonder pro tip. Request Tiana's for the first night dinner and then ask the server for beignets to go every night. She said her servers have always made it happen.
Wow.
I mean, beignets every night to go. You just got my ears perked up like Riley when the doorbell rings.
I know. Yeah. I would say, like, come on, Mike. You're my travel agent. You know the dates, but you will be recovering during this cruise, unfortunately. So I know you can't make it.
I can do that early. We'll see. We are magic makers.
We'll see if there's a navigator porthole right next door to me, right?
Dude, when you say beignets, you're speaking my love language. Even though about that time, I should not be eating beignets. I can tell you that much. That would not be good. All right. So today's show, which was taken from a topic that I saw while I was eating dinner at B Hall's, a local bar and grill on the NHL Network. We're going to do a little pump the brakes or hit the gas with some Disney topics, which means should we go 100 miles an hour forward with some of these topics? Disney, go, 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 or stop. We need to hit the brakes on these things. Like, enough already. So the first topic, and we kind of talked about this a few days ago back in the Discord server about a week ago, because we're recording a little bit ahead of time. We got the announcement with the wine and dine themes coming out and so forth. You know, everybody's getting jazzed up. Oh, I love the themes. Got to sign up, blah, blah, blah. And then it seemed like an hour later, they said, by the way, you know, we talked about it during marathon weekend. We dropped the news. We're going to add more capacity to the 5K in future race weekends. People were kind of excited, like, okay. But I mean, everybody's more worried about marathon weekend. We'll worry about that later. You know, let's just do the marathon weekend thing. And so they announced that for wine and dine. And then they said, following up, they said for the 5K, there's going to be staggered start times starting at 4:30 a.m. to, I think it was around 7 a.m. And you will be assigned your start time based on future criteria. We'll give you details later. And they might be out by now. Who knows? So here's my question to you, Scotty G. Moving forward, do you say, just overall in general, hit the gas on more capacity for the 5Ks at all the race weekends, or hit the brakes on more capacity for these race weekends? Just the 5Ks.
Okay, that's a great question. I am a pump the brakes on the more capacity. Wow.
That's how we're going to play this.
That's a crash right there. And it's tough to answer that right now, kind of, because we haven't seen how this one played out yet, you know.
Sure, that's true.
But just reading the description, it's interesting to me. Like, what are they gonna, and the Discord brought us some great conversations, some great concerns, right? Like, is the course going to be different for each one, you know, like or is there going to be a pacing requirement? Because right now there really isn't a pacing requirement for the 5Ks. Because you're going to, depending on when you start, if you're in that third wave, I'll call it, I guess, starting at 7 or 7:30, are you going to have to be done by 9 for Epcot to open? Or is Epcot going to open at 10 that day, which they've done, right? Like on the marathon, like they've opened Epcot at 10, you know, so maybe they just delay open Epcot that one day for the 5K. So maybe that's what they're going to do, but I don't know. Seems like a major money grab, if you ask me. But is it going to sell out too? Is another question I have. Like, they're opening up all this capacity. Is it actually going to sell out? Like, I know all these races sell out, but like, how many more bibs are they going to sell? And is it actually going to sell out? I'm curious what you think about that.
So it will sell out, I think, because, okay, so first of all, I'm going to say, and this is going to surprise you.
Yeah.
Hit the gas.
What's the gas? Okay.
With a couple things. One is that I want the 4:30 drop time, because I want to get it. I want to get there, get it out, get it done, and get back to bed, or, you know, get a shower and hopefully drop a park that morning, get breakfast, and be able to still get my day going. I'm looking at it from like a marathon weekend kind of perspective. Everybody has their own things, but the thing is, the logistics have to get better. Like the bus situation, like at marathon weekend, you're pinned in. Like the buses can't leave until like they clear the course, and that's no good. So they would have to figure that out, because especially if you're going to have, like, I don't know how many, like 25% more runners, 50% more runners, that would just be exasperated with a larger field. Like that would just get worse. So they have to figure that out. But I also see it. You're right. It's a money grab, but I'm trying to also take a step back and say that the 5K is the most accessible race, and it's the one that everybody can do. It's not timed. Everybody can go get their shirt. Everybody can experience the expo. Everybody can be a part of a Run Disney environment, you know, and it's you don't have to get out there and train, you know, do a 20-week plan where you got to give up your Saturdays to go run 20 miles. I
just said something really scary to me.
What?
Expo. That many more people at an expo.
Oh, dude, okay, well, hang on.
Seriously, because all those people would have to be at the first day of the expo, which all the people doing the challenge normally go to. Even if you're not doing the 5K, people doing the 2-course challenge are probably going to be there on the first day. So that just makes the expo that more insane.
That is true. That's a great point. My whole thing was, though, I was trying to look at it from a point.
Sorry, I just freaked out. Thought of that because you know how much I dislike the expo.
The whole point of these like gag shows, though, are just like, to bring up topics so you can have conversation, to have things to think about. And, then over the weekend, as you're having dinner tonight or this weekend, you talk about because everybody's Disney fans, and talk about with their significant others. But it's just one of those things, right? I mean, I just hit that. I just think that I just want everybody to get a taste of Marathon Weekend because it's so good. But you're right, man. It could be detrimental to everybody having that many people there. So okay. All right, so give us a topic. Let's go on to the next one. We don't want to beat a dead horse there.
Oh, no, that was good. So I kind of stole this one from the Discord because I found it interesting. And that is after hours events. So you know how they'll do Magic Kingdom, hard ticket event. Not like a not so scary or anything like that, or very merry, just like one of those after hours, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. hard ticket, lower capacity crowds. Do you think they need to pump the brakes on those, or do you think they need to let's have more of those things?
Now, this is a personal opinion. Don't come at me. Here's the deal. Again, I'm not a night person, so I don't tend to go to these, and I also don't like to pay extra money because they are expensive. I know we're going to come different sides of these. I know you love these things, and they are fun. But what they tend to do, though, I'm looking at it from like a 20-year perspective, right? Back in the day, these parks used to be open, a lot of them, till midnight. Now, you didn't get popcorn, you didn't get Mickey bars, and there were more people than an after-hours event, so it wasn't as exclusive, but I was fine with that. Like, I would much rather, and I don't know if I know we're never getting this back, but back in the day when you had extra magic hours at night, that was ultimate because it was free and you just got to go to a park at night. Like, I don't know if we need to, I wouldn't say like give it gas and like we need more of these. What I would say is that one, if you have to go either way, I would pump the brakes, I don't know if I'd slam the brakes hard, but I'd pump the brakes. But if anything, I might throw that one in neutral, maybe leave it where it is because that one probably has about the right amount because there's not a million of them, but I wouldn't put more into play. What do you say?
I like the pop in the neutral. I like that. What's the sound effect for that?
My first car was at MGB and it didn't start half the time, so we had to like get it going down a hill and pop the clutch to get it started. So that was kind of what we did.
All right, I might surprise you here. I'm gonna pump the brakes as well on this. I know, right? Because I just wanted to hear that sound effect. No,
exactly, dude. I want to put that in there.
I love this event. I love these. I used to do them quite a bit, but you're right. I said money grab about the 5K, and I feel like the same thing about this. Our friend Wade is in the chat, and I 100% agree with him. Like, can we just have the parks just be open later? And I think that's kind of what you were kind of getting at too. Like, and I don't know if they'll ever do it. Like have the parks regularly be open till 12 or 1 a.m. Because my gosh, that was awesome when it happened. But the reason I want to pump the brakes though, because it does make it kind of challenging sometimes. Like not as bad as like the hard ticket like party events, like the not so scary where it's like closing at 7. It's not that bad, but it does make it challenging when you're trying to like plan your week trip and you're seeing like Magic Kingdom is closing at this night. And I'll say more of these events are happening more for like the deluxe after hours, not necessarily like those hard ticketed ones. So I feel like there's not as many of these around as much anymore, but I don't know. I just, in general, is kind of what I was getting at. I would just love to see the parks just open later for all guests is what I really want to see.
All right. I like this. So I love the feedback we're getting too in the chat. We're getting a lot of good comments from like Lauren and Wade and Vero Mike. Good comments. And everybody's saying pump the brakes. I mean, we're getting That one got exclusively Pump the Brakes in the chat. So there we are.
No one wants to pay extra for something that they're already getting.
Frugal bunch. We actually, what we have, and from the comments, what we have listeners who were there a decade ago when a lot of this stuff was free. Like, we don't have a lot of like people that have come in the last few years.
Well, I like this though. Also, a hot take. I don't care for the amount of party nights for Halloween and Christmas too. I agree. I think I love the Halloween season, but I would let's talk about this, Mike. Let's steal this one. I think I would pump the brakes on the number of Halloween party nights.
I would too. But I'm with you. We're just doing one for both of us there. That was a 2-car crash. So what we're doing, it's like, I don't know. It's how business is nowadays. I'm trying to think of a parallel, but it's that irresistibility that once you get that taste of the money, you can never stop. Like, now that they did 30, say they did 25 parties one year, like they're never going to do less than 25 parties. And they're going to be like, but if we did 27, we're going to get that plus 2 in revenue the next year. And then we could squeeze out, a 28th party the next, and then, and also now it's 36 parties, a decade later.
That's why Jollywood Nights is not going anywhere either, right? Like they opened up a second park for Christmas parties. But when I was down there for Thanksgiving, you're just looking at like kind of what I was just talking about. You're looking at park hours and you're trying to plan like, when am I going to Magic Kingdom? And you're like, holy smokes. Like there's 4 parties. There's 4 nights where Magic Kingdom closes at 7. Like, how am I supposed to like plan my days? Like, I love the Halloween party. It's so, or even like that was the Christmas party, but in the fall, like I love the Halloween party, but it's so challenging to plan a trip around it.
I agree.
But anyway, 2-car crash. There we go. We weren't even expecting to talk about that one.
Thanks to Lauren for that. All right, those Lawrence. All right, so let's go with this one. So we've got all these new specialty lounges around the parks. We have Beacon Barrel. We have Geo 82. Back in the day, kind of the OG of this was Oga's Cantina over at the studios. And we have, so the equivalent, I guess, at Animal Kingdom, we had, what's the one in Tiffin's?
Nomad Lounge. Yeah.
Nomad Lounge. I guess, that's not really as themed as the others, but kind of.
It's nice.
Yeah,
it's very nice.
Yeah. There's not like a DJ Rex in there or anything, but
no.
So how do you feel about these? Is it with these little specialty cantinas, lounges within the park? Should we be pumping the brakes on these things or hitting the gas? What are you going to do with those, Scott?
Oof, that's tough. I'm actually going to pump the brakes, Mike.
Oh, wait. Okay, you tricked me. I thought you could say the other one. You got me fooled.
I know. I fooled you on that. It depends on which one you're talking about, because you're saying like the theme, like the cantinas. So I'm thinking like the Ogas and the Beacon Barrels. Those are the ones I kind of want to pump the brakes on a little bit, because I just think they're too far out there. Like, I don't know. And they're like too crowded, because like we talk about this a lot in the Discord, that right now Beacon Barrel is just it rushes you too much. And I feel like Oga's was like that. And it still kind of is. Like you go in there, it's like every time I've been to Oga's, it's standing room only. Like it's loud. I can't hear. Maybe I'm getting old. I sound like a grumpy old man over here. Like you're seated with someone and I can talk to anybody, and that's not a problem with me. But I know for like other people, it might be kind of a problem. Like I am getting old. Like I want the Geo 82 experience where it's like chill,
that's the top tier. Like that, because it is so different. Geo 82 is not really the same experience as Oga's or Beacon Barrel. Like it is, and I haven't been to Beacon Barrel, but I've seen a lot of coverage. Like Geo 82 is just like, it's so chill. And the ambiance is top level.
Yeah. It's like how Nomad Lounge. I feel like Geo 82 Nomad is like in a different category than Oga's and Beacon Barrel, but then Trader Sam's is kind of like a Beacon Barrel Oga's, but I put Trader Sam's kind of in a different category because I just love Trader Sam's so much. But that's where they really did it right. But I kind of want to pump the brakes on those, just because I want more of a chill, more like adult kind of space. I know that's kind of not fair because Walt Disney World, I don't want to discriminate. I want it to be, for all ages, for families, and that's like Oga's and Beacon Barrel is for like all ages, and GO82, is for 21 and up. I kind of like those 21 and up places a lot because it's quiet, it's chill, So those I want to see more of. I'm bumping the brakes on the Beacon Barrel type lounges.
Yeah, I am too. I mean, I think one per park is exactly where they need to be. Like, so let's just stop. Like now, if you want to put them in the hotels, that's a great place. So, but I mean, I think they do that well in the deluxe hotels. So they could do it better though. I think the Polynesian you said with Trader Sam's, perfect. Now you have, so say, think about this though. Here's where they have room to expand on this. I think they only need one per theme park. So I think we're good there. So pump the brakes.
Mm-hmm.
Trader Sam's is nailing it at the Polynesian, but then the Grand Floridian has the Enchanted Rose. I think that's underwhelming. Like they could do something that is more thematic, more on theme there. That's very lightly themed. Like that could be improved upon. The Contemporary needs, like they had that outer rim, but they could do something really cool, like with a space theme there within that hotel. The Wilderness Lodge could have, I'm trying to think, what is their like ultimate lounge over there? Victoria Falls is pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Yeah.
But every deluxe resort, I mean, you could do.
Wilderness Lodge has Geyser Point. I mean, I would kind of call that like their lounge. I mean, there is like the lounge by the restaurant. Like I can't think of what it's called right now. I know Wade's in the chat. He's gonna correct me, but I can't think of the name. But yeah, I see what you're saying. Outer Rim is an interesting one to me because I know the BRGS podcast has taken over that spot so many times, like during race weekends.
So crazy.
Like the location is so bizarre because it's right next to like Chef Mickey's there, and like it gets, because that Grand Concourse gets so loud. So you put like 20 people in there talking, it gets so loud in there, and it's so
like
open.
75 of us in, and not 20, but like 75 of us in there, all talking at the same time, loud. Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, Territory Lounge. That's why I was trying to think of at Wilderness. Yes.
Yeah. So I just think, I think we're good in the parks, but really focus on, because like I say, Trader Sam's is like another level at the Polynesian, but bring something that is on theme to that resort to every deluxe. And I think then you have something that brings a demand like Trader Sam's to every one of those hotels. Like people line up to get into Trader Sam's at the Polynesian. Could you not do that with a really cool Grand Floridian lounge and a really cool lounge theme at the Contemporary? That's where you might want to hit the gas at the, on a adjacent kind of concept. But I'm good. Hit the brakes.
This is interesting. Yeah, with 3 in Magic Kingdom without a 45-minute wait or less crowded experience for all of them. That'd be interesting. Like, what if you had like a space lounge, in Tomorrowland, or like I don't know.
Okay. All right. What you got for another topic?
Okay. I think we're gonna have the same answer here, but like, how about live music? So at French Quarter, there's some live music, right? You can catch a little live music. Trader Sam's outside area, sometimes you might be able to catch a ukulele player out there. Like, what are your thoughts about live entertainment, like music?
All day, dude. Give me the Concord on that, man. Live music. If you don't enjoy live music, I just don't know. Like, one, passively, it just makes everything better. Even if don't sit down to watch somebody playing the piano, or like you say, the ukulele or a banjo in New Orleans Square at Disneyland, or whatever, somebody playing a slide trombone on Main Street, whatever it is. Even if you just walking past, I've watched this because, again, like some of these trips I go solo and I'm there for 4 or 5 days at a race, and I've run the race in the morning. I have the rest of the day to kill, so I'm not in a hurry. I've seen this. Like, people just smile when they're around like live entertainment. Like, just, they don't even stop walking, but they'll hear, like when they walk by, because you don't see that in the real world. Like, they're smiling as they're passing by. Like, live entertainment, live music is just good because you just don't get enough of it in the real world. So 100,000%, let's go with live music. Give it the gas.
You had to pump the gas so hard on that one, because as our friend George is saying, live music everywhere, please. Like, I miss it so much, and we lost a lot of it during the pandemic. How we lost the Floridian Orchestra, I'll never understand. Do you remember, Mike, when we saw that when in the Beauty and the Beast stage where we saw the Pixar live show? Like,
Yes.
like how could that go away? Like that was like they actually like kind of brought us something new.
I
And I
know.
think it was the Grand Floridian Orchestra that was
It
actually
was a
playing
Grand
there.
Prix,
Yeah.
but it was such a weird thing because there's hardly anybody in there. Like it felt like they were just like they didn't even know what they're doing. They're just like we got to do something here, but it was so good. It was
Mhm.
good.
But yeah, Off Kilter was one I was thinking of. But like Epcot is missing a lot of live music there. But like the resorts could have so much live music. Like Coronado could you really use some live music? I mean, you kind of have like the smooth jazz guy, I guess, a little bit, and Maya Grill. But Disney is a company that, has so much talent. Like they're an entertainment company. Like just have the live music everywhere. You nailed it, Mike. You're talking about like people just stop and watch and people there's just something about it makes you feel good. It makes me feel good if I'm in a lounge and I'm just talking with you, talking with the family, with friends, and you just hear a musician just start playing a couple tunes, a couple notes, it just puts you in a great mood. I can't explain it. Like I'm a musician, I just love that stuff. And I miss it. I need it. I need more of it in the
Well,
parks
see, you
and
don't
the,
even
and the
have to be a
resorts.
I know you are. You are a musician. I'm not. My dad is. My
Well, I
dad.
mean, I'm not like a person. I mean, I
Oh,
played the
you
drums back in
you
the
have
day, but
fun.
yeah.
I don't have any, but it's just it just adds to everything. I think just to see somebody playing a live instrument because the thing is at Disney they're going to be top rate. Like you're not going to have some 38% trombone player. Like you're going to have somebody that like whenever you see somebody like the guy the Philharmonic, right, when they come out to play in the main street or whatever, they can whoever's playing the trumpet or whatever, dude, he can carry on a conversation with you while he's playing like the thing is the talent level of those musicians is so amazing that it's a show in itself just watching them play 76 trombones because they'll
Mhm.
be like "Burr, burr, burr," and they'll be talking "Burr, burr, 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 burr." I'm like, dude, how are you doing this?
I
Like
know, I know.
I love that stuff. Like
It's so
you know,
good,
yeah.
and they're so passionate about it. Yeah,
Oh, and
so great.
by the way, Vero Mike just nailed it. Mariachi Cobre, my favorite. I love and they've been there forever. Mariachi Cobre. Oh, the mariachi band in Mexico.
Mhm.
So good.
Yeah, the whole chat is just lit up. Like, I mean, I hope Disney is like watching this. Please, sometimes we manifest things. Let's bring back a whole bunch of live music right now.
Yeah. Like George says, a Spanish guitar player in the
I
Dolly.
know.
I
How
mean,
perfect would that be?
yes.
Like
That's
all
so
the all the lounges should have some type of like musician in there. Barcelona lounge should have some type of music. Like, oh man,
yeah, Wade,
yes,
more smooth jazz guys at lounges and restaurants.
yes.
All right, here's one from Maria. She's up in Chicago, one of our great listeners. She says, how about just, I'm going to take this in general. What do we think about dynamic ticket pricing? It's big in sports, right? Where when the Cardinals, I shouldn't say it, this was like 5 years ago, when the Cardinals played the
Who?
Pirates, the tickets were cheaper, but when the Cardinals played the Cubs, the tickets were more expensive. Now the Cardinals are terrible. So whenever anybody plays the Cardinals, the tickets are probably dirt cheap. I don't want to look at it from the other end of things, but that's probably how it is nowadays. But are you going to pump the brakes on dynamic ticket pricing? Would you rather have just like tickets are the same price every day, or are you going to go, hit the gas where some days you get a better value for your tickets and some days you got to pay the piper because you get more bang for your buck? Where are you on dynamic ticket pricing?
I'm gonna pump the brakes on the dynamic ticket pricing. And and if I think about it, isn't it just like a few dollar difference? I think too. Like, I,
But I mean,
it
the
just
thing is, you got to look at it if you're like your family of four for like 7 days.
yeah,
That's where things kind of
it
more.
just confuses me a little bit. Like, and I don't know what I mean, I'm curious what you think as a travel agent because you book these a lot, and for families because it doesn't really apply to an annual pass holder really. Is when you're buying like a 7-day ticket really. So I don't know. I don't care for it. I think it's kind of confusing. I think like when you go into the ticket and it shouldn't matter if it's right before Thanksgiving or right after Labor Day. I just think it should be the same pricing. I don't think it's Walt Disney World. It should it's awesome no matter what time of year it is, you know. So I don't think it should matter.
Yeah, I only have to worry about it if I'm buying tickets for guests like a la carte, right? Because I have to say, like, what day do you want the ticket to start? And
Mhm.
that will affect the price of the ticket. So it, again, with packages, it's not that big a deal, but because it's all built in, right? It's like if you throw the hopper in, you don't. It's like when I go to Disneyland, right? Like I'm out there right now. I don't look at the cost of the hopper. I don't look at the cost of Lightning Lane. What I do is I click that little button. I could. I mean, obviously, it shows you like if you add Park Hopper, it adds this to the ticket. If you add Lightning Lane, it adds this to the ticket. But what I do is like it's a package, right? So I just say hotel and tickets, and that's just part of my ticket cost because I want my trip to be awesome. And I pick the dates that are going to be best for me. You know, you're right. It's not going to the dynamic ticket thing is not going to sway me to change my plans because it's not that major. But the other thing, so I'm going to say, I am going to go hit the brakes on it just for the fact that I think that it causes
That sound the end of that sound effect, like it doesn't sound good.
I think that it just makes things unduly confusing for like first timers, right? I mean, I mean, I would guess for Disney, like the goal is again, this would be like a Len Testa question, right? Because it's like statistics and mathematics. But I would guess that it would deviate back to the mean. I mean, it should, right? I mean, with dynamic ticket pricing, like there should be some days that are above the mean and some days that are below the mean. I would guess. I mean, if it's going to be fair, yeah, I would hope it's at least it comes close to the mean at some point. So just to make it simpler, why couldn't we just have okay, like back in the day, like the ticket's going to be this much for, it wasn't ever a full year, but like 6 months or, for 2026, here's what the ticket costs for 10 and up and 3 to 9. And let's just play ball with that. We're not going to go out of business. It would make it simpler because so many people there's so many dynamics. And when you do that, I think it just makes people confused. I would say pump the brakes on it.
For sure.
Okay. Let's do a couple more.
We're doing a lot of pumping the brakes today. So
We are, but I mean,
but we're still positive about
things
it.
are good though. Like, I mean, in a way, like we like status quo.
I think I know where we're going with this one too. So stole this one from the Discord too, because I really like it. I really want to talk about this because it's happening right now. Anniversary celebrations. So there's a 70th anniversary happening at Disneyland. They've done a 60th out there. They've done a 65th. They're doing a 70th right now. What are your thoughts about these anniversary celebrations, like doing them every 5 years? Do you want to pump the gas? Do you want to, yeah, I like these. Like, yeah, let's do these like every 5 year celebrations. Or do you think we should hold back? Like they're doing these a little bit too often. Oh,
yes, we're hitting the gas on this because I don't think it really hurts anything. Like where does it take away from my vacation? It doesn't really take away from my vacation. I mean, I'm not one of those people that gets mad because like Cinderella Castle looks different because it has a decoration on it that says, like when I'm out at Disneyland right now, like it's got a medallion on it, says 70, it's got some bunting. That'll just make my pictures different than last year. And what it'll do is it'll be like an indication that that's when I was there. I can trace it back. Oh, that was, 2026. And plus it gives me an opportunity. I've never seen Paint the Night. They're bringing back Paint the Night for this celebration. So boom, bonus. I mean, you talked about that forever. That's the coolest parade ever. You guys seen Paint the Night. I wouldn't have this opportunity to see that. And I get, for somebody that doesn't have the backstory of like Disneyland, I get to kind of feel like I get to be a little part of the history that I missed forever by being there on the 70th, because I wasn't there on the 60th and I wasn't there on any of these subsequent ones, but I do get to be there. So, I'm looking at it from that perspective. I know that it can be like, oh my gosh, we're doing another anniversary. We just did one 18 months ago. I get that perspective, but if I had to lean one way or the other, I'm going to go gas because it's not detrimental to my vacations. And I think there's more benefit than negative.
I like that answer. Okay. It kind of surprised me a little bit. I don't want to hit either one of those. Remember you did a neutral earlier?
Dude, there's no neutral button.
I know there's not a neutral button, but I kind of am because I don't like these mid ones. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like a 65th. I don't like a 55th. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like those. It's like another excuse to like throw a party. Like you can throw a party and like bring back a cool parade. Like, just because it doesn't have to be like, oh, because it's the 65th anniversary, But I do like the idea of like celebrating the park though. I think that's kind of neat. Like you were just saying, like it bring like a new reason to have this parade. Like I haven't got to see Paint the Night. Now you get to see Paint the Night again. Like I think that's really cool. But I think my other issue with it though is like they go on for too long. like,
I agree with you there. They should be a maximum 12 months.
like when I went to the 60th anniversary of Disneyland, I went kind of like near the beginning ish. And then I went like over a year later, and then it was still going on. It was like that went on for over 18 months, the 60th anniversary. So like I think these celebrations, the 50th went on for a long time at Walt Disney World at Magic Kingdom. So I think some of the celebrations go on a little too long. So that's where I would be like, let's pump the brakes a little bit, but I want to gas it up because a lot of times you'll get like new things, like the new announcements, like, oh, we're going to reimagine this attraction for the anniversary. Like those things I like, but I don't like how long the celebrations go.
All right. So here's the final question, because we're just about out of time here for today's show on a Friday. I got turned by loose, but do we pump the brakes on this topic for another episode, or do we hit the gas in the future? What do you think?
I think we hit the gas because I thought this was a lot of fun.
I do too. And I say we get the ladies involved at some point. Maybe get everybody in on this. But we'll leave it up to the listeners. They got to let us know. We're on the Discord.
Yeah, I want to hear where we messed up or where we were right. You know, that isn't that what they always said on like PTI, like where we were right, where were we wrong? Like let us know. You know. So
where's my little flag? Yeah. We're out of time.
But yeah, this was fun though.
All right, we always have fun. I take out my bud. It's fun, and people in the chat are too. You know, the thing is, our listeners are so nice. They're going to say it's fun, even if it was garbage. So you guys are the best. We appreciate you. All right, we're going to jump out of here. Wish you a great Friday. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. Hope it's as great as mine's going to be out at Disneyland. Again, follow me at BRGuestMike on Instagram. Over in the Clubhouse, brguestpodcast.com/Clubhouse. If you're not there, you need to be, because that's where the fun is, and I'll be posting all kinds of updates over there. Let's see. Don't forget, the show is always brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. We're standing by to help you plan amazing Disney vacations for no additional cost to you. So check out all those details at themagicforless.com. Please use our Amazon affiliate link when you shop online. Just click through our link, beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. Thanks so much for those clicks. It keeps us going. And you can support us on Patreon, patreon.com/beourguestpodcast. Only $5 a month. And when you support us, you get a bonus show called Mike in the Midwest. Thanks to our supporters over there. You guys keep us going. So again, thanks. Patreon.com/beourguestpodcast. Let's see. So again, follow me on Instagram. Over in the Clubhouse, BRGuestMike. Scott's at Epscott, EPSCOT on all the socials. So make sure you're following him on the socials. But more importantly, get over to Must See Adventures. He's been editing, publishing, and getting the content ready for you. I mean, I'm talking you. Scott, give us a little update on the channel. What's happening?
Yeah, just sharing our summer series from last year. So it's cold in most places right now in the country. So why not share last year's 4th of July festivities at Walt Disney World? So hanging out at the boardwalk, 4th of July fireworks at Magic Kingdom and Epcot. So lots of fun. Mike is about to make his must-see adventure debut. You want to make sure you check that out. So lots of fun. You know, videos are pretty cool. My family's pretty engaging, exciting. So like and subscribe if you like the podcast. Like we similar vibe over there too. So I appreciate you letting me talk about it, Mike, here. And yeah, so go check us out.
And don't forget, there's a Must See Adventures channel in the Discord too. So when you're there, don't forget to drop down a couple channels, and the conversation's always going there in the channel for Must See Adventures. So check that out too. Don't miss it. All right. So I'll be checking in from Disneyland. Follow me, and I'm out there solo. So interact with me on the socials. If you see a picture, one question, something, comment, let's go. But until we get back to no live show Sunday night, because again, I'll be out at Disneyland, but we'll do it again in 2 weeks. So until we get back together again, you guys stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you real soon. That's fun. Good stuff.
Yeah, that was a good topic, Mike. That was fun.
I remember like the server was just taking my order, and like Pam's like, "What are you doing?" Because I pulled out my Google Keep little note thing. It's like a check sheet I keep for notes. And I'm like typing away. I'm like, "Oh, dude, that's a great topic on the TV over there." It was like, hit the gas or pump the brakes. She's like, "What are you?" I'm like, "I'm totally doing that for a show with Scott."
That was good. Yeah,
that was fun.
I think we're getting good feedback here in the chat too. Everyone was kind of on that. Yeah.
Well, I think so. I mean, I liked it, but who knows? I didn't. It was fun playing the buttons.
The great surprise Friday night. I know. Friday night date night. Me and Mike.
That's exactly it. Now I get to go
Fun.
to Jennifer. I'll be at the DQ in about 45 minutes.
I know. Sorry. Like, you got to hurry, Mike.
I got to edit these shows and check my emails, and then we can go.
Okay. All right.
I appreciate it. So Monday I'll see you. So I'll talk to you before then.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'll talk to you this weekend. Yeah. All right.
Well, have a good one. Tell Liz I appreciate it.
I will. Yeah. Tell the girls we say hello and talk to you later.
All right. Getting ready for the snow. All right.
Yeah, I know, right? It's got negative degree temperatures over here. My goodness.
For real. All right.
All right. Stay safe. All right. We'll see you. Bye, everyone.